The party's over and I'm trying to imagine the outline of my brain as I feel the outline of my body pressed against my bed. And I tried to map my brain to find it physically, trying to find something that has no nerves but constantly makes me nervous. Where does it begin and end? Where is the constraint contained? Is it even contained? Because every time I open my mouth, all I seem to do is let it out. The impossible place inside my brain. I open my mouth and my anxieties come out, and I guess a few will ask, why can't you come out? But it's because my anxieties keep me inside. My only telltale sign between my dreams and my realities for a while was that I can't remember a dream where I was hungover. But what if dreams can come true but you seemingly have none? Void of passion, absolutely passionless. I'm also really aware that I'm smiling as I read this. It's like, these are really like truly heartfelt moments, and I'm just like, I'm laughing. So and this is like, and then I think about all the times I push my palms into my eyes, and I push and I rub and I press, wishing I could fold in on the point where my eyes meet my hands, merging my senses and not necessarily leaving the physical, because you can't have an up without a down. But I wish I could fold in on myself and become something impossible, to match this impossible feeling, to understand the impossibility of being alive as I try to draw shapes I'll never be able to imagine, to see colours I'll never be able to tell you about, and to feel feelings that I can't put into words. The impossibility of trying to escape, an impossible object that exists nowhere but extends forever. I wish I could be stranded in my own personal void. I wish the kaleidoscopic imagery was a place I could go and wish for things that will never come true. I wish the kaleidoscopic patterns would cascade onto my problems and liberate me from my constraints. I wish the patterns of infinity would actually last forever and not just for 1, 2 or 3 seconds. And I want to simultaneously move in every direction at once, but I can't seem to get out of bed. I want to see further than the eye can see, but never look directly at my problems. I want to know more than the brain could understand, but really if I had solutions to my woes, I would just invent more. I want to physically be in my head so I don't have to be out here. I want to experience infinity, but I want to be impossible as I experience something else impossible. I just wanted to hold your hand again, so I guess I'm actually experiencing the impossible I promised myself.
That'll do.
A wheelie chair is definitely not the best option.
Ollie over it. that chair's missing a wheel as well.
Welcome to the Arts Advice Show, Spam TV launch. It's bloody beautiful. We got some goddamn artists here, and we got some questions to ask him. What the motherfucking hell is art?
Whatever you want it to be.
I mean, art's all bullshit though, isn't it?
No.
I've definitely been misquoted.
It's recorded.
Yeah.
We've got you on film, on audio, saying art is bullshit.
We talked about what art was, we didn't talk about what design was.
What is design?
Let's not, but say we did.
Hard-hitting questions right here from the Spamzy launch. One question after another, you just don't get more than this. We're gonna put their Instagrams here and there. We're gonna hashtag them, hashtag will be there, hashtag will be here, then a little bit there, they'll be in the description. Come on, baby. Welcome to Spam TV. Here's a little interview with Riza and Ian Crawford. How did prom go for you guys?
Yeah, really good. Most of the wine we drank got spilled in my suit. It's okay, I look really rebel and cool.
I'm gonna move to white wine from now on and black suits.
White wine and black suits for this couple. What are you guys going to do after graduation? Are you going to university? Are you going to freeball it? What are you going to do? What's your life plans?
I'm gonna go to kindergarten. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna regress. I think prom is just the start.
We need to try to find a balance and have a discussion without the camera on. We're just going to talk about it in a couple of hours in our bedroom.
They're going to talk about it in a couple hours in their bedroom. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Riza.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy.
Sometimes when I brush my teeth, I stare into the circular mirror, the one that magnifies the reflection on one side, as I stare at myself and I try to make eye contact with myself. I try not to have two eyes staring at the image of one eye, but I stare through the image that the mirror depicts of me, trying to use both my eyes to look into both of my eyes that I see on the mirror. Trying to use my left eye to look at my left eye and my right eye to look at my right eye, even though I think I'm looking at my left eye with my right eye because the mirror flips it round. I always look through me, but I try and I really do try to make eye contact with myself. I can't make eye contact with myself. I like my right eye better than my left eye, but when I look into the reflection, my left eye is then my right eye, and I often find myself staring at my left eye with my right eye, except that's the opposite of my intentions. And I want to appreciate my eyes as a pair, not two single eyes on my face. And I look at my eyes and I see how tired I am today and think and look and wonder about how tired I am today. And I look into my eyes and wonder if anyone sees anything beautiful or anything at all. I'll never truly get to look into my own eyes.
Cleo Jackson and Brian Matai. Oh shit! Can I just say, these two people don't know each other and they look like they do. Oh my god. What a shock.
Sponsored by Red Stripe. Or maybe Tenants, if you'll take us. Please. Fades, how did playing prom go? Was it good? Was it fun? Was it all you thought it would be? We're still rolling?
If he's Evander Holyfield, I'm Mike Tyson, I'm fucking coming for his ears. Like.
Start this again.
Fades, how did it go tonight? How did prom go?
It was great, it was good to play a good crowd, get right into it. Unfortunately, we hadn't mastered our Teenage Dirtbag cover, but thankfully Coda stepped in, saved the day, restored those prom vibes. It was good, man. It was good, James.
Really, really pleased. I honestly think that, like, hard to get much better than that. And to be honest, I'd do it again.
Would do again. That's the consensus from us.
Consensus from Fades.
Question.
Aye.
See, out of all the gangster films you've ever seen, how much does Scott look like a certain Mr. Montana? That's a compliment. Sorry, carry on with your interview, James.
Prom King, Queen, those are announced. What do you think about that? Do you agree with the Prom King, Queen tonight?
I thought in the light of previous selections by the general public, I'm talking Brexit, I'm talking independence. For once, they got one right. These guys look great. And obviously me and Scott couldn't accept the award because we were busy performing, so it was good other people got the chance to share the limelight.
So yeah, man, hats off to them and wish them well in the future.
Fades, hats off to him. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Shut
And I wonder what you think about when you get drunk. Do you think about me when you get drunk? I sometimes think about you when I get drunk. But other times I think about how the room might actually be moving faster than the earth around the sun, and how all these thoughts and feelings somehow add up to none. How I hope the gravitational forces are something that can be changed, because the interactions that we exchanged are bigger than the astronomical range that I'm told is possible. And how when I think about black holes, I think about you. When there's a conversation with our souls, the laws of physics are through. And I'm recently binge watching Futurama and learned there's a thing called a quasar. And as far as I understand, it just means something that is very far. And as far as I understand, it just means something that I think that you are. Because the stars in the sky tonight look bigger, but I realised that the orange hues of my teenage sniggers have been replaced with white LEDs. Perhaps walking home drunk to my mum's isn't as romantic as when I was a teenager and now I'm 25, but there's something lost in which we blame the nostalgic, but I don't know because I don't quite feel alive. What if my first kiss was exposed in what now seems to be a spotlight, but not one I desire, not one I'll exaggerate to tell my friends to fit in, but a spotlight that not only highlights you and him, but also highlights your neighbour's bins. And I don't want my memories to be remembered as if they were a Crudson or a wall. It doesn't have to be a white space just for anyone to recall. And is the person you kiss actually your first kiss, or is the first person that when you kiss them you see stars even when your eyes are closed? Because maybe I didn't have my first kiss, but instead I drank too much Bucky, and when our teeth clashed and we realised what was happening, it just got a little mucky. Because under the orange hue, we couldn't quite grasp a view of what was actually happening. But under the white light, when the youth get a fright, everything seems a bit more real. Almost everything I remember from pre-18 was hidden in an orange sheen. There wasn't any colours, just a scale of red on street corners and parks with lots of things left unsaid.
Welcome to the Artsy Vice Show. We're on Spam TV right now, and we're here with Spam. Literally Spam. What is Spam?
Oh, we've been spamming you all day, but Spam is a zine that we've been doing for 2 years, me and Denise. This mic is very close to my face. I'm intimidated by this mic. Like, ah! You go on the mic.
Spam is everything this mic isn't. Phallic.
Yeah, this mic is quite phallic, like.
Bleh. Happy vaginal. Experimental.
It's quite experimental, Spam.
Spam's quite experimental. We're at the launch, Spam TV, hashtag Spam TV.
It should be a thing.
How did your graduation go? How's prom going at the moment?
Prom's going very well. Prom is better than my last prom.
I'm wearing the same dress as my last prom, but it's going down. People are saying, you look nice.
Yeah.
Never happened last one, so.
I've been told, can I just interject? I've been told by James that if I do this, I'll get a zoom.
Oh.
On like the funny faces. I'm ready for the faces. You know what I'm saying?
When is Denise not ready for the close-up, just saying.
That's right, she gets it.
On topic for Spam, so what is on topic for Spam?
Oh shit, this is, I shot myself in the foot here, no.
Boys.
But
it's...
Boys on topic for Spam.
Boys, but from like a girl's perspective, you know.
Any final words from the Spam lot?
You probably should have interviewed me at least 2 WKDs ago. That's all I say.
Classic.
Whatever she says.
Thank you for watching the Artsy Vice Show. This is Spam TV.
Oh dear.
We're here with the prom queen and her friends. Prom queen, how does it feel to win?
Feels exactly like it was supposed to be, always.
The prom queen speaks. She was always supposed to win. It was rigged from the start. It was not rigged. Obviously.
Obviously. Like, I don't want people out there to think I'm a bitch, but... Yeah, but I was... Yeah, exactly. Like, I was the obvious choice, so don't...
It was the obvious winner. How was it like to be on stage, to have everyone clapping for you, singing along to that wonderful song?
It was nice. Well, it was really nice. I remember a boy being with me, but I don't know who he was. Yeah, we had a slow dance, and he was nice, but I have no idea who.
Any final words from the Pong Queen?
Words like, Robert Palmer, want me home. That's all I have.
Shout out to the people that won't change the world despite maybe being able to. To the people who never got out of bed today because there is always tomorrow. Shout out to the people that by going to art school feel ruined. To the patient friends and to patient acquaintances. To the total strangers that listen and validate you whilst you moan because you've had one pint too many. To the strangers that listen to you, especially when you have had drunk plenty. To the people who work service jobs without many thanks, I thank you. To the people working their things out whilst they work and work out how to have enough money to survive. Not to survive, but to actually thrive. Shout out to them. Shout out to the people just trying to be a person despite all obstacles they feel are in their way. To the people who function on very little sleep just to realise their dreams whilst living on the cheap. To disenfranchised, disheartened and dismayed, I too often also feel afraid. To the people that get drunk on a Monday just so they can have their say before the next morning of that regretful weighing sensation of grey. To everyone who keeps on doing without why or reason. To those who keep on living and give us all something to believe in. To the people that are really shy, and to lost lovers who never got proper goodbyes. To the people with things to say but without a voice they think is theirs, who look however they want despite unwanted stares. Shout out for everyone questioning their life decisions, wishing that they had x-ray vision to see the solution to their problems that they know that everyone else has. Shout out to the people that know there's more time to work things out and it's okay to pull pints while working that bitter pout. You're strong despite previous notions of success, despite what can seem a lack of access. And you don't have to change the world to be a better person because you don't owe anyone anything. And it might be okay because tomorrow is another day and together we might say that we celebrate nothing, but regardless we are worth celebrating. Despite this frustrating waiting that we have for something better, despite this frustrating pulsating that we have when we write love letters. That's all I've got.
We want to know, who were you on the phone to?
We'll write Justin right along my finger right here, Justin, and we'll tag their band Lilo.
Lilo.
It's actually pronounced Lilo.
That's not.
Any final words?
People think we derived the name from Lilo and Stitch. Some people think it's Lindsay Lohan's nickname.
My girl.
But it actually doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Girl.